Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews, teaming up again with Swill and Grog. And we are doing a famous beer, and now some of the viewers are going to say, not this again. And I can understand that attitude.
Yeah.
But when I get together with different beer reviewers, very often they want to try, especially if they're from other countries, they want to try the regular old stuff.
That's right.
And it's nice to get different perspectives. So we're looking at Busch.
Yeah.
Introduced in 1955.
And it was originally called Busch Bavarian beer.
And its relationship to Bavaria was tenuous at best, right?
Indeed.
I'm sure Bavarians might have said, "This is Bavarian beer?" I don't know about that. Uh-oh, I made a little mess here. All right. In 1979, when it went national, because at first it was only sold in the Midwest, like Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri type areas, maybe Illinois. They dropped the Bavarian, just called it Busch. 10 years later, in 1989, they introduced Busch Light, which was a cold filtered beer, not pasteurized. Then in 1995, they introduced Busch Ice, which you can't get, because I can't get it to you. And then there was a little while, there was Busch Signature Copper Lager.
Yeah, now that was one I really wanted to try.
But it was so good, they stopped making it, because it's like, why would you want to make a beer that's really dynamite? When you can make this. This used to be it may have been 4.8 at one time, but for a good while it was 4.6, and now it's been dropped to 4.3, and I don't know what the reasoning is behind it, but there must be some
That's
strategy.
an odd ABV for America, 4.3.
Rolling Rock is 4.4. Milwaukee's Best was 4.3, but they jacked it to 4.8, and now it's virtually disappeared from my area except for the Milwaukee's Best Light and Ice. So you've had Busch before.
I have. I had it 7 months ago in California, but I didn't actually review it, and I won't say what I thought of it, but...
Did you have bottle or can?
It was a can,
Tall can.
25 ounce. Yeah.
The extra ounce.
Yeah, the extra ounce. All right, so the appearance. A clear golden color.
Yes, golden, even straw.
Yeah, bordering on straw.
Highly charged, bubble streams.
Yeah, quite effervescent. The head for me is dissipated really quickly. Just a fine ring now.
Right, mug, and this is just a Pilsner type glass, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
It's made with the typical American stuff: water, barley, malt, hops, and yeast. They might use rice, or like they say, and/or rice.
Yeah, definitely picking up sweet grains in that aroma. And the taste test.
I just had to take a gulp because I was thirsty. We walked a lot. On the old website, they reformatted the website. They used to talk about they used a mixture, I think, of 2-row and 6-row barley malt, and they used to talk about the hops. I have that in my notes at home, but they were saying they used. This is from memory. I don't have notes at one hand. Tetnanger, I think, and Strisselspalt.
Okay.
Something like that. But they may get hops from America today since InBev took over. I don't know. It might have changed. I haven't noticed any taste difference, whatever the difference is. Whatever the hop lineup is, if it has changed, I've not noticed it.
Well, the hop presence is very minimal anyhow. I mean, when I take that gulp, I'm just getting a really nice, pleasant malt forward flavor. Yeah.
The aroma is kind of low profile. You do get a little sweet grain more than sweet, like the grain beer instead of the barley beer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like you said, the most important part, obviously, the taste test. It's very mild. Very mild.
Inoffensive, but that's not something I mind. I mean, this being the first beer of the day, an ideal beer to drink. Yeah, really quenches your thirst. It's really hot and humid outside, so yeah.
I had one beer. I had one beer earlier today. It was a Bockholt from Belgium.
Yeah.
And you need us to leave?
Oh no, didn't see like a little card on the table, did
A
you?
card?
Oh yeah, a little card, like a smaller white card.
No, I saw somebody was charging their phone, but I never did see a card. Sorry.
Sorry.
Hope it finds it.
Yeah.
There it was.
Yeah, all I saw was that phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll look around
Mm.
after. But anyway, so I had the ball coat, which had more body and was higher alcohol than this. So this is very light, but for being on that, we went on a fairly long walk back to my car. This is a good, humid weather beer. And it was apparently created for the Midwest where it gets extraordinarily hot in the summer and a lot of farming out there, and they want something they can just dump down their throat.
Yeah. I think they've achieved their objective with this.
I would say it's low medium body. It has body. It's not a light beer, but it's not far from it. It's a crisp finish and it's easy going.
Yeah, somewhere between light and medium, but yeah, like you say, very crisp and refreshing, and yeah, very hard to fault flavour wise. You know, judging by its style, it's yeah, really up there.
Now, interestingly, the Busch Light is 4.1% alcohol. So this is 4.3 and the light is 4.1.
That's not much of a variance. What about the calorie count?
Let's see, this one I think is 145, something like that. Could be lower than that. But the Busch Light calorie count is, what is it? Maybe it's 95. See,
Yeah.
that is a good trade-off because you're getting just a little bit lower alcohol, but a good amount
Yeah.
lower calories.
Yeah.
So it's probably the better trade-off, the Busch Light. And I noticed it's very popular in Louisiana, and you can get it in bottles and cans, same with this, and it seems to really be moving these days, Busch Light. And it's, I think, around the United States, Busch Light might be more popular than Busch. Bigger
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've only just stumbled upon Busch Light, actually. I just saw it for the first time in that Walgreens down the road. So
Usually it's not sold in singles, however.
yeah.
So you generally have to buy a 12-pack of Busch Light, or a 30-pack.
Yeah, that's not really practical for me.
But these the Busch beer you can find in singles, quart bottles, quart cans, all different size singles. So,
Yeah.
But it's like the ultimate going fishing beer,
Yeah.
at the beach beer. You know what I mean.
And I'm wearing the T-shirt today.
Yeah,
so.
right, because you're on their payroll.
Yeah, that's right.
If he was on their payroll, he probably wouldn't be wearing that cap.
Yeah.
And what cap am I wearing? Oh, yeah, so there goes the argument that we're secretly working for Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah.
If I was working for them, I would openly talk about it. You know what I mean? How about a score?
Okay, well, you know, very drinkable, certainly something you could session. Smooth, refreshing, inoffensive, very hard to fault, really. Yeah, it's one that's really impressed me, and I got to say, I mean, this isn't the first time I tried it, but the first time I tried it, I was blown away. I was like, wow, like, I didn't realize it was going to be this good. So I'm going to shock you all, folks, in giving it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, that could create controversy across the internet.
Yeah.
People say, you believe you're that popular? No, we're just not entirely serious with everything we say. 10 out of 10. Now, I have a friend who does beer reviews. He would be probably favorable towards it, or he would work himself towards that score, I think, because he loves these type of beers. I wouldn't go that high, but it's got an interesting yeasty quality, which I can't put my finger on figuratively. I don't know what the yeast strain is, but it's interesting. If I was going to drink a macro beer, and I do practically every day of my life, this would be one to reach for, I gotta say. But I've been I've been rolling with Keystone Light and Keystone Ice and Natural Ice lately because the price point is even better than this. You know, this is about $17. Let's say $18 for a 30-pack.
That's amazing value.
But the Natural Ice is $14.98 a 30 pack, less than $15 a 30 pack, which
Yeah.
is even cheaper than we're used to around here. Now, if you go to Wisconsin, which you may go to one day soon as
Oh, I'm going. Oh, yes. Revealing to the people where my next destination will be.
People say that up there, and I have been up there where I've seen 30 packs for $10.99.
Whoa.
$10.99, people. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a 9 out of 10. You're saying world class, I'm saying 9 out of 10. But we're saying at the worst case, we're calling it excellent.
Yeah.
And I don't think you could argue, or you could, I should say, you shouldn't complain about that if you're the product.
Yeah.
The viewers might say you're out of your mind, you know? And I can understand that
Yeah.
idea, because people have different ideas about beer. So I'm glad we did this one. You had the idea to do this, I'm glad.
Yeah. No, I was regretful that I didn't do any reviews on my last trip around the world. That was a real shame. But this time, I've got, well, at this point in time, I've got 24 in the can. So a lot of uploading ahead of me and a bit of editing here and there.
You fans of Swill and Grog, get ready, because your feed is about to be flooded with Swill and Grog videos. So
Yeah. Got some real obscure ones from around the world too. Things I never knew existed. I've told you a little bit about them.
I'd love to try those. You gave me one to try. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So, but I don't ever mind getting flooded with beer reviews, because that's basically what I like to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Les Bon Temps Relais, I love this beer. Not my favorite, but I do love it. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.
And fare thee well, all. All right.